$202.90. That is the Medicare Part B premium for 2026, and it is coming out of your Social Security check every single month. And here is what almost nobody tells you. There is a federal program that will pay that entire premium for you, legally, and millions of seniors who qualify for it have never applied. And that is just payment number one. Today, I am walking you through 7 payments that American seniors can legally stop making in 2026, and I mean legally, through official government programs, not loopholes, not tricks, nothing that puts you at risk. Add them all up, and some households are leaving $8,000 to $12,000 a year on the table. And I will tell you right now, the 7th payment on this list is worth more than the other 6 combined. For the people who qualify, it can put more than $2,000 a month back in their pocket. I am saving it for last, and when you hear it, you will understand why so few people know about it. Let's get started. Hello, my friend, and welcome back. My name is Walter Sinclair. And if you are new here, this channel exists for one simple reason. I go through the updates from Social Security, Medicare, and the VA every single week so you don't have to. And then I sit down and explain what they actually mean for your money, in plain English, without the hype and without the fear. Now, before we go any further, I want to be honest with you, because that is the whole point of this channel. I am not a financial advisor. I don't work for the Social Security Administration, and I don't work for Medicare. And because one of the payments we are covering today involves veterans benefits, let me be extra clear about that one too. I am not a VA claims agent, and I am not accredited to represent veterans before the VA. Everything in this video is information, not representation, and not personal advice. What I will do is point you to the official source for every single claim I make, whether that is ssa.gov, medicare.gov, va.gov, or your own state's website, so you can verify everything yourself before you act on any of it. And honestly, I want you to verify it. That is how it should work. So here's the roadmap for today. Payment number 1 is a monthly Medicare bill that a state program can take over completely. Payment number 2 is what you are paying at the pharmacy counter. Payment number 3 might be the single biggest bill attached to your home. Payment number 4 is a small monthly fee that quietly eats your checking account. Payment number 5 is something millions of seniors pay every spring that they never needed to pay at all. Payment number 6 is a monthly membership that your health plan may already cover. And payment number 7, the big one, is a cost that can run families thousands of dollars a month. And there is a federal benefit that was built specifically to cover it. And most of the people who qualify have never even heard its name. Payment number 1, your Medicare Part B premium. In 2026, the standard Part B premium is $202.90 a month. That went up almost $18 from last year, and over a full year, it comes to about $2,435, taken straight out of your Social Security before you ever see it. Most seniors believe that premium is simply a fact of life, like gravity. It is not. Every state runs something called Medicare savings programs, and the 3 you need to know are QMB, SLMB, and QI. Don't worry about memorizing the letters. Here is what matters. If your income is under your state's limit, one of these programs pays your Part B premium for you. The state pays it. And the strongest one, QMB, which stands for Qualified Medicare Beneficiary, goes even further, because it also covers your Medicare deductibles and your co-pays at the doctor's office. Think about what that means. The Part B deductible alone is $283 in 2026, and QMB wipes that out too. You apply through your state's Medicaid office, not through Social Security, and that is exactly why so many people miss it. The income limits are different in every state, and they usually adjust each year, so I am not going to read you a number that might be wrong for where you live. Instead, do this. Call your state Medicaid office or your local SHIP counselor, that is, the Free State Health Insurance Assistance Program, and say these words. I want to be screened for a Medicare savings program. That one phone call is free, and it could be worth more than $200 a month. Payment number 2, your prescription drug costs. This one is called Extra Help, and it is run through Social Security. Officially, it is the Part D low-income subsidy, but everyone calls it Extra Help, and Social Security's own publication estimates it is worth about $5,700 a year for each person who gets it. Here is what Extra Help actually does in 2026. It pays your Part D drug plan premium. It eliminates your drug plan deductible. And it caps what you pay at the pharmacy counter at no more than $5.10 for a generic drug and $12.65 for a brand-name drug. If you have ever stood at a pharmacy counter and been told your medication costs $90 this month, you understand what a cap like that means. For 2026, the income limits are $23,475 a year for a single person and $31,725 for a married couple living together. And there are resource limits too. But listen carefully, because your house and your car do not count against you. You apply online at ssa.gov or by calling Social Security at 1-800-772-1213. And the application takes about 10 minutes. Payment number 3. Part, or sometimes all, of your property tax. Almost every state in this country offers property tax relief specifically for seniors, and it comes in 3 basic flavors. The first is an exemption, sometimes called a senior homestead exemption, which simply removes a chunk of your home's value from the tax calculation, so your bill drops. The second is a freeze, which locks your property tax at its current level, so it can never climb on you again, even as home values around you explode. And the third is a deferral, which lets you postpone paying the tax entirely, with the balance settled later from the home's value, which for some people on very tight incomes is the difference between keeping the house and losing it. Which of these you can get and at what age and income depends completely on your state and sometimes your county. The office that handles it is usually your county assessor or your county tax office, and in most places you have to apply. It does not happen automatically, which is exactly why seniors who have owned their home for 40 years are still paying full freight on a bill they could have cut years ago. Payment number 4, your monthly bank fees. This one is small, and that is exactly why it survives. $10 or $15 a month in checking account maintenance fees doesn't feel like an emergency, so it never gets dealt with. And meanwhile, it quietly adds up to $150, maybe $200 a year, every year, for the privilege of letting a bank hold your own money. Here is what most seniors don't know. Many banks and credit unions offer accounts with no monthly fee at all for customers 62 or 65 and older. And almost every major bank waives the monthly fee if you have a recurring direct deposit, which, if your Social Security lands in that account, you already have. So the move here is one conversation. Walk into your branch or call the number on the back of your card and say, "I am a senior on direct deposit. What account do you have with no monthly fee, and can you switch me today?" If the answer is no, credit unions in your area will be delighted to say yes. And while you have them on the phone, ask about overdraft fees too, because a single overdraft can cost $30 or more, and most banks now let you simply turn overdraft off, so a purchase gets declined instead of triggering a fee, which for anyone living check to check is exactly the setting you want. You have permission to stop paying rent on your own money. Payment number 5, tax preparation fees. And for a lot of you, the tax itself. Every spring, millions of seniors pay $100, $200, sometimes $300 to have a simple tax return prepared. You may never need to pay that again. The IRS runs Free File for basic returns. There is a program called TCE, Tax Counseling for the Elderly, built specifically for people 60 and over. And the AARP Foundation runs Tax-Aide, free tax preparation with trained volunteers at libraries and senior centers all over the country, and you do not have to be an AARP member to use it. But here is the bigger piece for 2026. Under the tax law passed in 2025, there is a new additional deduction of $6,000 for each person aged 65 or older, on top of the standard deduction you already get, and it applies for tax years 2025 through 2028. For a married couple, where both spouses are 65 plus, that is up to $12,000 in extra deductions. And it does phase out at higher incomes, but for the typical senior household on Social Security and modest savings, the practical result is simple. Many of you will owe little or no federal income tax at all. So paying a preparer, or worse, paying tax you don't actually owe because nobody claimed the right deductions, is a payment you can legally stop making. Payment number 6, your gym membership. If you are paying $30 or $40 a month to a gym, check your health plan first, because many Medicare Advantage plans and even some Medigap plans include a fitness benefit at no extra cost. The big names are SilverSneakers, Renew Active, and Silver&Fit, and they get you into thousands of participating gyms, plus community classes built for seniors. One phone call to your plan, or a look at your plan documents, tells you if you already have it. And if you don't, it is worth weighing during Medicare open enrollment in the fall, when you can compare plans. Now, I am not telling you to pick a health plan because of a gym card. Your doctors and your medications come first, always. I am telling you not to pay out of pocket for something you may already own. And check for your spouse too, because if you are each on a different plan, one of you may have the benefit, while the other has been paying a monthly membership for years without knowing the difference. Now, before we get to the skeptics, and then the big one, I need to bust a myth, because this myth is costing real people real money. Say it with me. SSI is not the same thing as Social Security. SSI stands for Supplemental Security Income, and it is a completely separate federal benefit for seniors and disabled people with very limited income and resources, paid on top of, or instead of, a regular Social Security check. It is historically one of the most underclaimed benefits in the entire federal system, because seniors hear the words and think, I already get Social Security, so that's not for me. Wrong. If your income is very low, you can receive both. And qualifying for SSI can automatically unlock several of the other items on today's list. If your monthly income is very low, call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 and ask to be screened for SSI. It costs nothing to ask. The worst they can say is no. And in most states, an SSI approval brings Medicaid along with it automatically, which circles right back to payments 1 and 2 on this list. 1 phone call, 3 doors. All right, 6 payments down. And everything so far has been worth hundreds of dollars a month. Payment number 7 is worth thousands. But first, I know exactly what some of you are thinking right now, so let's deal with it head on. I know what you're thinking. Walter, if all of this were real, somebody would have told me. My bank would have told me. Medicare would have sent a letter. This sounds too good to be true, and I have been around long enough to know what that usually means. That instinct has protected you your whole life, and I would never ask you to switch it off. So let me give you the honest explanation instead. These programs are real. Every one of them sits on an official government website. And the reason nobody told you is not a conspiracy. It is indifference. Government agencies run on paperwork, not outreach. The Medicare savings programs sit inside state Medicaid offices that don't advertise. Extra Help sits inside Social Security, which is not going to call you. The result, and this is documented year after year, is that billions of dollars in benefits like SSI, the Medicare savings programs, and Extra Help go unclaimed annually, simply because the eligible people never applied. The money doesn't get redirected to someone needier. It just never leaves the building. And here is your safety check. The one rule that separates everything in this video from every scam call you have ever received. Every single program I have named today is free to apply for through official channels. Nobody legitimate will ever charge you an upfront fee or a percentage to unlock these benefits. If someone does, that person is the scam, and you should hang up. What I am giving you is names and phone numbers. What you do with them is verify, then apply yourself for free. Now, we have covered a lot of ground, and I have watched enough of my own family sit in front of a video like this, scribbling notes on the back of an envelope to know exactly what would help right now. So I put together a simple one-page checklist for this video. It lists all 7 payments, the name of the exact program that eliminates each one, the official website, and the phone number to call in big, readable print. Nothing fancy, just everything from today in one place, so you can hand it to a spouse or a neighbor or stick it on the refrigerator until you have made the calls. It is completely free. There is no catch, no email address to hand over, no funnel, nothing to buy at the end, because there is nothing for sale on this channel, and there never will be. You will find it linked in the description right below this video and in the pinned comment at the top of the comment section. Just click, save it, or print it, and it is yours. And if you can't find it, or you are watching this on a television and the description is a nuisance to reach, just leave a comment that says checklist, and either I or someone in this very kind community will point you right to it. Go ahead and grab that now if you like, because for this last one, the big one, you are going to want to be paying full attention, not taking notes. Here we go. At the start of this video, I promised you that payment number 7 would be worth more than the other 6 combined, and I meant it. So here it is. Payment number 7, what you are paying out of pocket for care. Home care, assisted living, a paid caregiver, even a family member you compensate for looking after you or your spouse. For millions of American families, this is the payment that is quietly draining a lifetime of savings. $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month. And there is a federal benefit built specifically to offset it for wartime veterans and their surviving spouses, called VA-Aid and Attendance. It is a tax-free monthly pension paid on top of the basic VA pension for people who need help with the activities of daily living, things like bathing, dressing, or eating. Let me give you the 2026 numbers, and remember, these are the maximums. The actual amount depends on your income. For a single veteran with no dependents, aid and attendance can pay up to roughly $2,424 a month. For a veteran with a spouse, up to roughly $2,874 a month. And for the surviving spouse of a wartime veteran, up to roughly $1,558 a month. Tax-free, every month, to help pay for care. Now let me kill the 2 myths that stop people from ever applying, because these 2 myths alone are the reason this benefit is so underused. Myth number 1. It requires a service-connected disability. No, it does not. Aid and attendance is a needs-based pension, not disability compensation. Your need for care today does not have to have anything to do with your military service. Myth number 2. My husband served, but he's gone, so that door is closed. No. Surviving spouses of wartime veterans can qualify in their own right, even though they never served a day themselves, as long as they haven't remarried, with some limited exceptions. So who qualifies? 3 pillars in plain English. Pillar 1, wartime service. Generally 90 days of active duty, with at least 1 day during an official wartime period. Think World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, with a discharge that was not dishonorable. Pillar 2, the care need. A doctor confirms you need help with daily activities, or you are largely confined to home, or you are in a nursing home, and there is a specific form for this, VA Form 21-2680, that your own physician fills out. Pillar 3, the financial test. For the period ending November 30th, 2026, your net worth, meaning assets plus annual income, must be under $163,699, and critically, your house and your car do not count. And here is the detail that surprises everyone. The money you already spend on care, those unreimbursed medical and caregiving expenses, gets subtracted from your income in the VA's math, which means many families who assume they earn too much actually qualify once their care costs are counted properly. Picture what that means at the kitchen table. A widow paying $2,500 a month for the assisted living her husband's service earned her a benefit toward, receiving $1,558 of it back, tax-free, every month. That is over $18,000 a year. That is the difference between the savings lasting 4 years and lasting 10. How do you apply? Free, and only free. Go to va.gov and search Aid and Attendance, or, and this is what I recommend, sit down with an accredited Veterans Service Officer. Every county in America has a County Veterans Service Office, and organizations like the VFW and the American Legion have accredited officers who will prepare and file the entire claim for you at no charge. That is not a discount. That is the law and their mission. And the flip side of that coin? There are companies out there charging seniors thousands of dollars or a percentage of the benefit to file this paperwork. You now know you never have to pay them. That, my friend, is the 7th payment, and I told you it was the big one. Before you go, I want to ask you to do one thing, and it is not for me. Somewhere in your life, there is a senior you love who is making at least one of these 7 payments right now. A sister paying full property tax on a house she has owned for 40 years. A neighbor cutting pills in half like Dorothy was. A friend from church whose late husband served in Vietnam who has no idea the words aid and attendance exist. Send this video to that person. Text it, email it, or just tell them about it over coffee. It costs you nothing, and it might quietly change the rest of their year. Most of these programs stay unclaimed for one reason only, because nobody told the right person, and today, you can be the one who tells them. And I would love to hear from you down in the comments. Out of these 7, which one did you not know about before today? Just type the number, 1 through 7. It takes 5 seconds. It helps other viewers see which programs are flying under the radar, and I read those comments myself when I'm planning what this channel covers next. Speaking of next, make sure you are subscribed, because in the next video, we are covering something that costs widows in this country hundreds of dollars every single month. The Social Security Survivor Benefit Mistake. The one decision about whose benefit to take and when that the SSA will process without ever warning you that a better option existed. If you or someone you love has lost a spouse, you do not want to miss that one. Until then, verify everything, apply for what is yours, and never pay anyone for what the law already gave you for free. I'm Walter Sinclair. Thank you for spending this time with me today, my friend. Take care of yourself and take care of each other, and I will see you in the next one.